Welcome to New Frontier by Ola Holdor. Tired of city life, we escaped to the wild woods to start a homestead, work the land, and build a legacy. All we brought with us is a beat up truck from Craigslist, a tractor, and some basic tools. Welcome to the new series, guys. This is the Homestead Challenge. We are going to start with what you see here and a piece of land and build ourselves a farm. So, first order of business. Got to get this old truck and our old tractor down to the piece of land that we own. I'll show you guys real quick. Let's jump into the map here and show you where we're headed. We own field 34, farmland 34. So basically we're heading straight across. It is completely undeveloped. We have to bring everything with us. As usual, there are a few rules for the Homestead Challenge, so while we're driving over there, let's go through them. These will also be posted down in the description below. Starting conditions, $0, but you do get one parcel of land, one tractor, one trailer, one truck, and a chainsaw, and all of them should be cheap. Nothing big and nothing fancy. We are playing on hard economy, and there are no loans in the Homestead Challenge. We have to earn everything. Gotta swing out past these trees, guys. Hoping to get closer to our land. Now, to make the gameplay even more challenging, we have a horsepower limit. It is 75 horsepower per year that we are in the games. We are in year 1 now until January, so we can only use tractors and equipment with 75 horsepower. Once we get to year 2, we get to double that, so we can go to 150 horsepower. Year 3, we would go to 225 horsepower. As far as time goes, 3 days per month maximum, with a minimum game speed of 5x, which we're going to go ahead and get started right now. So now we are at 5x. Must have a sleep trigger. So I have to have some kind of house, farmhouse, tent, bench, doormat, whatever it is you want. And no GPS or Courseplay until your tractor has those capabilities. Additionally, for me specifically, I've thrown a couple of extra rules on. Those are the base game rules that should be compatible with everyone, whether you're on PC or console and you want to play along, you can do so. The optional rules that I'm adding, no trading equipment in for cheaper used versions. We do have the sale system customizer mod on, so we get a lot of stuff in the sale. And we are not going to be repairing items, selling them, and then buying the same item back. We won't be abusing the sale that way. We can use auto drive, but we have to pay full wages. And we do have our production multiplier mod installed. Now, instead of making it easier, we're actually going to make it harder. The production multiplier is limited by the year divided by 2. So we're in year 1, so we can only have 50% productions out of our productions in year 1. We can go up to 100% production in year 2, and so forth and so on. We are starting in March to get a little bit more time in year 1, and I am using realistic weather with the realistic temperature add-on for Eastern Canada. I know this map isn't in Canada, but we're going to play it like it's in Canada. And we have the realistic livestock mod in here as well. So this is our piece of land. Let's pull up the map. I'll show you guys. We're just about on the edge of it. A nice wooded piece of land, relatively flat, has some terrain. It does open up to a beautiful field over there, but that is definitely not ours. We own all this area up in here through the trees, coming back around. I think our property ends right about in here, pretty close, if not exactly. And then we do have some more open space. I liked this parcel because it had the open space over here. And we own just about to this little mound, this little hill right here. And then we're coming back down. So we do have this whole area here that is relatively open for us to develop. So the first order of business, guys, we need to get a place to sleep. We have no money, so we're going to have to head back to the truck and get our tractor unloaded. And the only thing we can do, step one, is going to be to cut some wood. So we'll come in here, get the truck turned on, jump out. Here is our John Deere. This was a barn find, has been sitting for quite some time. Let's pop the straps off real quick. All right, has been sitting for quite some time. I had it serviced a little bit before we pulled it out here. The tires and rims were rotted and rusted from sitting around. So we did get new tires and rims put on it, but the body we pretty much just washed and cleaned up and got it running from here. You can see there's a new battery in there as well, getting things moving. This is an exciting little tractor. It has 50 horsepower. That's all we get in year one. We could go up to 75, but we're going to use just this little tractor. So, getting to the wood cutting. I mean, this tree is right here next to our trailer. I think maybe we just start here with this tree and get started. Let's see, get a quick cut on it. Do want to remove the stumps as we go. And here we are getting the delimbing done. I am not using super strength here, guys, so we're going to have to cut this into pieces that we can manage, and I think that is going to be a lot of little pieces. All right, so let's see. Should we just go to 1/2 meter? I mean, do we think that? What do we think here? Well, let's get the measurement up here. I mean, 1/2 meter is not a whole lot. That's it. Let's see. Can we pick that up? Oh, we got the hand icon. Okay. First piece of wood going in the trailer. We're going to have a lot more where that came from. Knowing we can pick up 1/2 meter pieces, let's go ahead and just zip those down until we get to a thicker or a thinner spot on the tree. Goals for today, guys, I mean, honestly, we just got to get this tree up to the sawmill and get the tent built. We are on 5x speed, as previously discussed. We don't have a lot of time in each day. Now, I am currently set to 3-day months. That's not going to kick in until we get to April. It doesn't work to just change it. Since we loaded in March, we are stuck with 1 day in March, so we don't have a ton of extra time. Beyond that, I think we got to get into, I mean, a little something. We're doing some homesteading stuff here. So hopefully we can get into maybe some raised garden beds. Just see what we can find. Man, cutting this thing into 1/2 meter pieces is an absolute project. All right, so here we go. Dropping it in. Now, the other thing that we do have with the realistic weather mod on is we're going to get some snow. This truck does have a snow plow, which is great news, because I suspect we are going to get a decent amount of snow when it comes. And we need to be ready for that, to at least be able to move around a little bit and do some stuff. We may find ourselves at a point in the season where there's no more No more moving around. There might just be so much snow that we are out of luck. So let's see. This piece is 39 kilograms. And if I remember correctly, without super strength, we can pick up, is it 100 kilograms or is it 50? Well, we're about to find out. I'm going to cut a bigger piece here once we get up past this little bit here that we have cut. Just getting it all added in there. Oh, I think we're losing some of these underneath the trailer. Let's see. Huh. That's going to be interesting. We'll have to get those picked up at a later date. All right, here we are. Yeah, it does not like that area by the axles, does it? I suspect. Okay, we're done with the cutting part. So let's see if we take this up to, you know, let's say 1 meter. Can we pick it up? We can. That is great news. To avoid any more trailer issues, maybe we put some of those up here. So going to 1 meter cuts. Get this all knocked out. We've doubled our efficiency already, in good shape. Alright. Get a couple of these done. And there's not a lot here when you're doing 1 meter. You're not moving very far. Trying to keep the weight manageable so we can keep things moving. I'm going to 1.1, assuming the tree is a little bit smaller up here. We'll see if I live to regret that. We're living dangerously and on the edge here on the homestead. Trying to get some work done. Alright. Let's get these picked up and put on the trailer. So I do have plans. I think we're going to get into grass work as well as trying to get into some like raised bed style productions. No big greenhouses or anything right off the rip. We don't have any money to do that anyways. But I do have all of the hand operation machines available to us, all the hand operable stuff. So we should have a mower, and we should have I think a little hand pallet jack. So we need to get some equipment so we can start getting some stuff back and forth to the farm, get some stuff picked up. We obviously can't do anything with any sort of raised bed or greenhouse until we have water. There is, as far as I know, only one plot of land. Well, not one. There's one little area of land on this map that has water, and we did not buy there. So we're going to have to find a source of water to get us going, and we're going to need that for, if we do animals, we'll need water. If we do greenhouse stuff or raised beds, we'll need water. So we have quite a bit of stuff to figure out when it comes to getting our property set up. But like I said, for today, main goal, we have to have a sleep trigger, so we got to get that put in. The tent is not expensive. The tent is only $26, so not a big expense. Just have to get the actual money to do it. So here we go. I think we're getting awfully close on our very first tree. One more on the other side, perhaps. All right. I think we want to put some straps on to avoid any issues coming down the road. All right, any of these still cut? Yep, still have a couple more. Doing these in 1 or 1.1 meter pieces is definitely making it easier. All right. Seems like we're at the stage where we're going to need more cuts. I'm pushing it a little bit, going to 1.3 because we're getting thin here. top of the tree. I think we picked a good tree. Could produce a lot of wood. Alright. Get close to the top. I assume this last piece will be able to manhandle on our own. Yeah, this last piece shouldn't be a big deal. See if we can get that to... Oh, I missed the trailer. That's on me, guys. Alright. So, the last bit of this tree coming together. Oh boy. They need to throw some straps on the actual trailer. So let's just put the straps on there, and then that way stuff isn't moving around. We can re-strap when we're done. I'm hoping having that stuff strapped will encourage the rest of it to behave nicely as well. It does seem like the potential trailer problem is down by the axle, so we'll just keep loading the front half, which will be better for weight distribution anyways. We don't want too much weight at the back. Alright, so tree number 1 of what I'm sure long-term will be a bunch of trees. And try to get into a number of different things to keep it interesting and keep myself entertained. Okay, where did we lose the piece of tree to? Did we just chuck it somewhere? I think we just chucked that piece of wood somewhere, guys. It may be gone forever. We may find it at a later date and time. Alright. Oh, I think it's this one right here. Got it back. Yep, that is, it's having problems by the axle there. So we'll have to either get the pieces bigger or find a better spot to put them. Put a couple more. Oh boy. Got a runner. Alright, let's see about getting this one stacked up just a little bit higher. Definitely do a second row on the truck. 3 more pieces, not bad. Making it through this stuff quickly. Last 2, and then we got to pull the trailer forward and figure out what pieces we got to clean up over there. You get this one in that front corner there. You got to check and see because the wood pieces could be... Yeah. Wait, that's not what we want. Go back in there. They could be strapped into the trailer now, which would be less than ideal. So let's throw the straps off. Let's throw the straps on. Let's get the gate up. Got a couple pieces here. So the tailgate seems to have a reasonable collision. Wonder if we can put things back there. I mean, we know it has to because the tractor drove up it. So there's part of the problem. We snake this one out. Some of these pieces are starting to fight. Okay, little guy, you gotta go in. There's no other option. Come on. There you go. That's a good cooperative piece of wood. Alright, let's get these last 3 loaded up. And they are finicky today. Come on, 2 more. Nice and easy. I think if we get to longer pieces, maybe with a thinner tree, it'll help us with getting them to stay where we want them. Alright, everything is in. We'll throw the straps on the back. We'll throw the straps on the front. All right. We are headed back to the store. Well, to the lumber mill. Guys, I got to pull the map up. Do not have any idea. I thought we'd be going this way. Oh, lost a piece. All right, let's grab it. Need to make as much money on this run as we can. All right. Straps are on. So, heading back up. Good looking load of wood. Not too shabby, man. This is going to be tough to get through up here. Don't want to take the truck and the trailer into that forest. That would result in not a great outcome. But here we are. Heading through the trees. Alright. I think we should be good now. Just head this direction. Avoid hitting the trees. At the sawmill, also on the back side of the little town here. You can tell the truck's seen better days. We got a replaced fender. I think we got a piece of trim on the front that's had to be replaced. Doubt that's the original bed on it, but hey, it runs. Getting us from point A to point B, so can't complain about that. Sawmill should be right back here. Obviously, we did not cut these to the optimal length, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge financially getting money in here. We're going to have to find a way to move bigger logs or figure out what the weight limit is that we can lift by hand, and then we can get to bigger logs too. But for right now, we're just here to get a couple of logs sold. I think the tent is $26 at the supply store, so don't need a whole lot of money to get this done. So we definitely should make that much. The question is, are we going to make a little bit more? First trip to the sawmill, a new frontier, sighting times. See if we can't get pulled in enough to get it all in there. Oh, we're up on the saw. That's not ideal. All right, drop the straps in the back. Drop the straps on the truck. I believe the trigger is right here. Oh, have to go pull it up and find it. Let's see. The trigger is over here. Side. All right, $0. Our first trip of wood gets us, wow, 3,154. That is more than I was expecting, guys. Let's get out of here. Head back to the shop and see if there's anything we want to pick up. We got extra money outside of our tent, which is great news. So we'll head down there and see. There are a couple of things in the sale that we can work with. We'll see if we want to pick up. Not sure how we're going to get animals to the farm yet. This trailer doesn't take animals, and obviously we're not putting them on the back of the truck. We'll have to figure out some sort of cheap animal transport. I do want to get into animals pretty quickly. I'm thinking something like sheep or goats might be really nice. Just put a open pasture in and go from there. So pulling up to the shop here, let's take a quick look and see what we can find. Let's get the triggers turned off first. Okay, so in the sale, guys, lots of things today. Most of them way too big, require way too much horsepower. Let's see. Poplar, we're not all interested in. Herbicide, we don't have any trees. I mean, a mower like this would be great, but that requires 100 horsepower, which is twice as much horsepower as we have. $3,000 is not going to go very far. Now, this compost pallet is interesting because that goes to one of the things we might try to get into today. Square bale twine, not a bad thing to have long term. And all this stuff is so big. No hope. Okay, hand fork pallet lift. So this I think comes with us. Don't want to lose it in the woods. All right, so here we are. We can. Wow, that's a $20 color, guys. That seems not good. Are they all $20? Did I just miss it when we came in? Let's see. No. So this color green, Bent Nature Green, does not cost us $20. It costs $88, and then if we make it orange, it costs $108. So yep, we're going with the Bent Nature Green. Okay, so I think we want to get the hand forklift for loading pallets, so we can get into some greenhouse growing type things. Straw bale, I mean, we don't really have any use for it. It does seem like, how many is it? It's just one, and that would produce some manure, but we'd have to have a cow pen to do that. Lime, we don't have any fields yet. Solid fertilizer, same thing. Here's a square bale, cheaper. And pushable rice seeder. Not really wanting to do rice in Canada. Don't think that's a crop that would grow here. $4,500 for the Kubota. That is an interesting item, guys. That could be a big deal. I love this Rudolph trailer. It has lots of options. It'll open so you can load bales into it. It'll close so you can pull stuff around. Hand pushable roller we're not going to need yet. I think everything else is going to be too big. So, yeah, everything. Vegetable pallet. The Module 4 trailer. And pushable mulcher. I wish that was the mower, not the mulcher. But we'll figure that out. Okay, so thinking that's about it in the sale, guys. This is a huge sale. They've got just all kinds of stuff. Seed, $407. That could be a good deal for later. Okay, so that's it. We do have this little trailer. Might this be a good option? We'll have to see. So let's come down here. We have our mower. Trying to make sure, where are our hand tools? Are they going to be in each section? So let's see. If we want to look at the mower. All right, so we have the hand pushable mower for $150. And these are more expensive. I don't think we can get into those yet. Let's grab the mower as well. And then I'm hoping, do we have a baler? Like a pushable hand pushable baler. Makes 120 centimeter square bales. Guys, we're getting into bales. Okay. So, we have all these items. Let's get trailer pulled up. We should be able to make some bales now. Not sure we're quite at the point of making silage, but we are getting close. Okay. And we'll take the baler first, I guess. Oh, this is cool. So you pull it. Okay, well, you know, learn something new. Oh, is it going to make it up? Guys, we are spinning. That is hilarious. Let's see if we can pull it on. If we have any more luck with that. This could be harder than we thought, getting stuff down to the farm. Oh, come on, the wheels are on. There's no need for the drama. Oh boy. We've done something silly here, guys. I hope this is as entertaining for you guys as it is for me. Here we go. Come on. Come on. All right, you don't want to be pushed on. You don't want to be pulled on. Could be a bit of a problem. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if we can get creative here. Leave the baler. Now we have a hand forklift. No idea how this thing works, guys. Literally none. So we come over here. And I assume... Okay, we do have some kind of motion here. Oh, guys, this could be genius. How do we... Are we underneath the trailer? I think we are underneath the trailer. Okay, so let's get off of that. Did we get the baler up here enough that we can finish pulling it on? Yes, we did. Probably should try to get the mower on next, just in case there's any problems getting the equipment up. Let's see. Heading this way. Oh, it wasn't happy about it, but it did do it. Okay. And last but not least, can we get the... Okay, so how does this... Okay, we gotta get the forks up out of the way. Oh boy, got a collision. Okay. We got it up. I don't know what's going on with my body here, guys. Not good things, but let's do this. Let's see if we can cheat this in just a little bit. So let's see if we do... Can we pull it up? Do we get it? Well, let's see. It might just be a situation where, let's see, does the strap work? The strap says it's on the ground. That is funny. Maybe? Ah! Perfect. Strapped it in. Oh, it's not driving well, guys. We're unhappy. Right, restrapping? Okay, that's not going to work. We're going to have to get it in here somehow. Okay. How about backing it on and using the forks to help push it? All kinds of challenges. Oh, yeah, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Excellent. All right. The equipment's on. Let's head back to the homestead and get moving there. I'm still pulling the map up, guys. I still am not confident about where we're going, getting back to the homestead, being new to the area. So let's go this route. Still have $2,700. We're gonna need to get that tent, like I said. We'll get that pitched when we get back, so we're all set there. This isn't a bad drive at all. We just gotta sort of skirt the little bit of woods there and then come on into town. So I think we'll put the tent right over here. Oh yeah, we still lost. Still forgot a piece of wood. Not a big deal. Get the ramps all the way down. Get everything turned off. So before we forget, this should be just about the edge of the property here. Let's grab our tent. Zoom way in. I want to keep that relatively close to the property line. I think we want to place that in free mode as well. We don't really want it to... Yeah, we don't want to be... Don't want to be changing the terrain there. All right, so here's our tent. And if I come in here and turn on the triggers, you can see we have a sleep trigger in our tent. So we are one step closer to having the homestead set up. So real quick, before we head out of here this episode, I do want to check on one quick thing, and then we're going to do a quick project. So we have these raised beds. Let's see. Algae production, way too much. We have the ability to get water, which is good news. Oh, they're going to be in our greenhouses. Come on. Let's use our brain here. All right, so we can make tomatoes and strawberries with water. It's $5,000 for a raised sort of horseshoe-shaped bed and $2,000 for a small raised bed. So we don't have any water, so I don't think there's any point in doing that yet. But I want to make a bale before we get out of here. I think this is going to be super fun. Okay, so let's get our forklift tucked out of the way. We're just amassing equipment, guys. Forklift, mower, baler. First episode. It's like a survival challenge, and we have more equipment than we've ever had. But it's all, don't tell anybody, it's all hand pushable at this point. So I assume this is going to turn on just like a regular mower. So we need to turn it on. We just push. Okay, so there's got to be more to it. Okay, toggle mouse, turn on mower. Okay, the mower is on. Unfold mower. Okay. Oh, it's leaving a little grass trail, guys. Okay, can we lift the mower? Let's turn it off. Turning it off doesn't seem to change if it cuts. Okay, so we have to do the fold, unfold command. Got it. This is a little hard to see. But we'll do this. And we'll do this. We'll come back right along where we just cut. Okay. Let's see. I assume that may not be enough to do a bale, but let's at least try to pick some up here. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay. I think we need to pull the truck away from this situation. I think we've had an incident. Okay. Whew. Did we flip the mower? Is this the right way? I think it's upside down. It is upside down. Okay, this is why we have forklift. See if we can save the day. Hey, look at us. Like real homesteading. We have no idea what we're actually doing. Okay, so now we're here. Turn on baler. Okay, so I think we just... Yep. Oh, this works quite well, actually. Picking up the grass. Okay, we're going to make one bale before we're done for today. A good start to the Homestead Challenge. Got to the property, cut our first tree down. Got ourselves a tent, which was a nice place for us to sleep. Got a bunch of hand equipment. Okay, so the key here is going to be making sure we know where we're mowing and trying to do it in straight lines. So get set up. Mower is on. I think that's that little section we already mowed. Not too shabby. You can see the little piles of grass piling up behind it. Turned around. All right. And We are well within our 75 horsepower limit. I have far less horsepower than 1 horse. So our equipment is all compliant with our rules and expectations. I'm going to do one more pass up and back. And just make sure we have enough to get a bale out of this. Here we go. Running through, looking good. It would take a lot to mow a big field with this, but we're just mowing a bit of wild grass at this point, so not a huge deal. Coming back this way, I think we have a good, about 4 mower widths wide now. All right. Park this right next to the tent. Don't want to lose it. All right, the baler is still on. We are at 48%. The pickup on this baler is actually pretty good, guys. I'm impressed. Might be doing like 1.5 widths of the mower. Okay. And the bale's out. That is exciting. Can we get 2? Is there enough here to get 2? I think there's going to be. We could go for 3. I like how they pop out when you get to the end. You ready? 86, 87, 90. Boom. Pops it out. That's hilarious. All right, so I don't know if we'll get a 3rd, but we're going to try to swing through and get all that grass we just mowed. And I don't think we're quite going to get 3, but this is... We got 2 bales, guys. I am excited for that. That is really, really cool. We can figure out how to leverage this and get it turned into silage for us eventually. But for right now, we're just pulling the bale here. Yeah, we're going to be on our last little pass here. A little bit right here where it spit the other bale out. All right, so 70% of the next bale. That is very, very exciting. Can we pick up the bales? Oh, and we can pick them up, guys, because let's see, they weigh 81 kilograms, and they're only 500 liters. So this is all hand manageable. That is really, really cool. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. Channel memberships are available if you'd like to support my content further, and members do get early access to upcoming videos. That's all for today, but I'll see you in the next one.